Right, good evening everybody, welcome one and all, welcome everyone to the Blindrunners channel and to the Any Percent Showcase by the BPG13 aka Viper, also known as me. And yeah, hello everyone, hope we're all doing well, and like I said, welcome to the Italian Job. This is the PlayStation 1 version. For those that have seen this game before, which I'm pretty sure you guys who watched the race last week saw that this game can be quite infuriating at times, and there's certain routes to doing certain missions on this game. I will admit that there isn't the best RNG in the world, but this game isn't actually too hard. I mean, for a first run, yes, it is quite difficult, but once you nail down routes and everything, this game actually becomes a bit more of a breeze. So shall we begin? Also, I do have a working timer on screen, as you can see, and yeah, the audio should be fine, which I'm pretty sure is right. So we're going to start at London, the Ambassador's Car. We're going to work our way through London, Turin, and the Alps. So, since we're ready, I'll let the timer run, and obviously we'll just go from there. So we'll start with the Italian Job. The Ambassador's Car for the Italian Job, so here we go. Also, I will just say before we start, this run in particular is one that has a lot of loading screens, so there'll often be times that we'll try and explain. I can explain missions and stuff like that in the loading screens because they're that long, trust me. Okay, so since we're ready, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So, there's an intro cutscene which we're going to immediately skip. So, like I said, welcome to the Italian Job. This is the PlayStation 1 version. It was released back in 2001, so quite late into the PlayStation's life cycle, along with the likes of Driver 2 and stuff like that. So, how do I explain the Italian Job? Well, basically, this game, it represents the 1969 game. 1969 film starring Michael Caine, Noel Howard, I think it is, and a couple of other characters as well. There's quite a few characters and quite a few actors in it, I mean. Benny Hill, the famous comedian, he's also in this. Literally as well, so yeah. Also, yeah, starring Charlie Croker, aka Michael Caine. Now, I will say that the guy who voiced him did a decent job, but could have been better if it was actually Michael Caine himself. So, at the start, near the start of the, well, let's put it this way: the film follows the game follows the film quite well. You'll also notice as well that two things. First of all, the frame rate runs a bit smoother than normal, and there's two reasons for this. First of all, it is the North American version that we are playing, so expect to see a bit of a better frame rate here. This kind of helps with load times, but it's overall a better experience. And for the first time in a while, and my personal preference for playing this game, I'm using a emulator to play this. Also, that was brilliant RNG right there. Good stuff. So you want to ideally lose the police. That's actually the first mission done, by the way. So you basically, when you come out of the end of the street, you turn left and then go right. Also, there's unskippable cutscenes like this, for example. At the end of every mission, you can't skip these at all, which kind of sucks, but what can you do? But yeah, overall though, this game's quite a fun little game to play. As you can see, my personal best, or the world record, is a 58.27. It's not the greatest run in the world, but it's a pretty decent run for the PlayStation, so yeah. How do I explain the film though? Well, it's probably easier to just like play the game through and kind of explain as I go. So the first mission involves us stealing, we don't actually steal it. Our girlfriend Lorna picks us up from the prison. She has to take us to a place called Marvin's Motors where we pick up a new car. We've now picked up said new car, and now we've got to go and pick up Camp Freddy. Now, Camp Freddy, well, he's camp, so we've got to go and pick him up. He's at the, what's it called, the train station, King's Cross train station in London. So we've got to pick him up from there. And that's meeting Camp Freddy, but the entire game follows the plot of the film, just a lot shortened down. London, that's the one, Mango. London. I do apologise to any London viewers watching. But I can answer a couple of questions and stuff whilst we're talking. So, that parking, exactly. No splits? Nope. Just one timer and myself. So essentially this is to show off like the route that I take for missions and how things work in, you know, how things work in this game. So, for example, there's several different routes to get to the train station. My personal favourite and the easiest is just to go straight all the way down here, like this. And then make turn here, turn right at the end, follow this straight. Now bear in mind, you might realise where we are already. We're exactly where we were 2 seconds ago, except we're going the opposite way. So you go up here like this. Again, it's literally on your left. It's a fairly straightforward mission, and again, would highly recommend people to give this a try if you haven't already, and to give to use these routes. Also, the best thing is about that, as soon as you get there, you don't have to touch the controller for like 20 seconds. There's a lot of downtime in this game, so there's a lot of just waiting around, load screens, and these loading please wait. So you'll often see a lot of that. So I can kind of get stuff like, you know, I can get me tips and points across and that sort of thing. I will say, the first mission that involves us having to get away from the police, it's actually a bit RNG luck, I'd say. Whether you get away from him or not. Also, welcome to the third mission in London. This is known as Peaches for Peaches. Peaches for Peaches is actually it's quite an interesting mission, because I used to struggle with this as a kid. Believe it or not, the thing is that when I was younger, like I said, I struggled with this a lot, and I had no idea how you got to the end, you know, where the professor lived in time and stuff like that. Well, that's where this is all about to change. Also, I wasn't kidding about the load times. The load times on this game are abysmal for a PlayStation. Unfortunately, it's just what they are, and there's nothing I can do.
Peaches for peaches.
Also, peaches for peaches. So what we've got to do, we've got these two lovely girls here. And the police chasing us, because they think we're kidnapping them, probably. I presume that's why he's chasing us. And using Charlie's car, we've got to get him to Professor Peach. Now, the cop that's behind us, he's right on our tail. Now, luckily, even on the normal difficulty, you can actually get away from the police. The weird way is how this cop system works. So, in most games, it would be, if they got close to you, there'd be like a busted meter or something like that. In this game, it's much worse than that. So, the way a policeman busts you in this game is basically what he has to do is he has to read your entire reg. So, for example, the reg of this car right now is 163ELT, which, believe it or not, stays quite accurate to the original, the actual film. Because if you watch the film, his reg plate reads exactly the same. So, all the regs that are in this are the original from the film. Again, the film is from 1969. If you haven't seen the film, go out and watch it. Get a copy on DVD or whatever, whichever way you see fit, and watch the film. Believe me, it's one of the best. I think it's probably one of the best British films made. Like, it's a, you know, it's cult classic status. It's very good. Would highly recommend it. If you like car chases, it's definitely one for you. But if it's not, if you're not into car chases and that sort of stuff, it's really good. Oh, don't go out and watch it. Yes, sorry, I did forget. Try and get hold of a DVD somehow, or borrow it off a friend or something. I don't know. Basically, I'd recommend watching the film. Watch it on Amazon or Netflix or wherever. That's the easiest way of putting it, I think. That's keeping with compliances, right, Mango and Cal? I think so. Right, so how do I explain a bit more of the game? Well, put it this way: special delivery, which is what we're doing right now. We're playing as Bill, I think it is. But Bill, believe it or not, you don't really meet him. In the film, he's got a bit of an importance, but he's not that important. I would say he's not as important as Charlie. But in this game, he gets more of a main resemblance. So what we've got to do is, hey, Mini Cooper. So we've got to drive this Mini, and we've got to get the Land Rover. Now, we've got to pick it up from a garage. Now, some rich snob, who funnily enough looks like Charlie Croker, we've got to basically, I would say break, you know, not break it, but make sure we steal it, basically. If we miss the time limit, here's the thing, if you miss the time limit at this first stop, as in if you don't get to the thing in time, oh god, if I don't get, yeah, so if I don't get to this first stop in time, the train will not stop, and I will actually miss this. Also, 6 seconds, dead, yes. So we've actually managed to get to the first site, meaning we get this car.
That's my motor.
Also, here's the Land Rover, it made an appearance. Dead easy. So now what we've got to do is get this Land Rover back to the garage, or back to wherever the hell it's been stored. It is probably a garage, most likely. Top speed, 90 miles an hour. So, to mention a couple of things about this. First thing is, you'll notice that the guy who says, "What the? That's my motor," that's actually the same guy who voices Charlie Croker in this game. Why they use the same bloke, I have no idea. Also, you could go this way, or you can go around. It's completely optional, whichever way you want to go with this. You go that way, like that, and then back up here. And there you go. Now, there is a weird bug for the PlayStation, on an emulator especially. So, if you do a mission too fast, or complete missions in a certain way, I think. I don't know how this is possible, but I'm pretty sure it's to do with whether you hit something and a certain sound effect gets stuck, or something like that. Basically, I've had... what's it called? I've had a game say, "You've passed," when actually, you haven't. So, you hear the game say you've passed, but that's it. So I'm just going to move the timer so it's a bit more aligned. For example, if you finish a mission too fast, you can actually glitch the music to playing the "you failed," mission failed music. How and why this is a thing, I do not know. Also, one of the hardest missions, in my opinion, is this mission right here. So this is Skillful Bill. Skillful Bill, basically, we're playing as Bill again. This time what we've got to do is we've got to wreck Charlie. So you may remember from the film, there isn't any sort of sequence, if you've seen the film, there isn't any sort of sequence like this. But they added it for effect of, hey, you know what, we can add this if we want to. Basically, the idea of this is to see if Bill is up to the job. So we got to wreck Charlie. And it's not an easy mission, I will admit. It's also one of the toughest. So the thing is, you can actually hit Charlie. If you get him at such an angle, like that, you can actually hit him on the edge of the car. Nice. So you notice he keeps slowing down. Why? I don't know, but he just decides it's funny if he just slows down. So, here's the thing. He actually sticks to a certain track. If you jump ahead of him, you can actually damage him. So, for example, if I turn in like that, I can actually damage him like this. Like that. Also, that was clean. Also, this mission, you can actually drive about after you finish the mission. So if I want, I can just drive the other way. It's like, yeah! Straight to a bus. Nice. Well, there you go. So that's Skillful Bill. That was actually really fast too, so I'm quite happy with that. I'm happy that went well. So, that mission is actually just, it's fictional, basically. It's not part of the film. It's one of them missions that they've put in for sake, I'm guessing, for the sake of getting more gameplay, you know, replay value out of it, I think. I think that's why they've done it. I don't know, but I think that's why they've done it. So, yeah. That's what I think has happened. They put that in because they can. So, should be all good. It'll be all good. So, this next mission, whilst we're waiting for it to load, this is called Prison Pals. Prison Pals, again, is another tricky mission. A lot of them that involve the police are very tricky. Prison Pals is kind of simple in concept, but very difficult to execute. So, at the start, you basically have to break out a guy think he's called Dominic, which is one of the guys that he actually needs for the job. Now bearing in mind, when you get the film, when he's in the film, he doesn't break any of these guys out of jail, it's just a case of going seeing one or two people. This is actually all part of how the gang comes together. So you usually have a cop here. We're going to actually ignore him. And if we bash to the right side here, we actually skip a cutscene. So, for example, oh, 2 taxis, nice. So, if you go to the left on that one, I think it is, you always get that one cop that happens to spawn there. I don't know why. Also, you want to go through the shopping mall as well. This actually can save time. The reason why we take this route is because, oh god, apart from when you hit a boss, is because you can lose the police, as you just saw. Might have hit a boss, but we lost the police, that's what matters. So by taking this route, what we're actually doing here is we're avoiding any police locations. So in London and Turin, there are several police spawn points for the missions, or where the cops will sit at the side of the road. And should they see you, they will chase you. I'm not holding back when I say they'll chase you, and they're a pain to get off, so be sure to be careful on this one. So, there we go. Nice. Again, we're going to have to wait for the mission successful screen to disappear. But that is Prison Pals. Now, like I said, it's not easy. I make it look easy, but it wasn't actually easy to get the route noted down. Now, bearing in mind, here's something that might scare some people, or the organisers of the Blindrunners channel maybe. But the last time I played the PlayStation 1 version, and I wish I was kidding, the last time I played the PlayStation 1 version was when I set that personal best 2 years ago. And you're like, wait, what? It was 2 years ago? Yes, 2 years ago. That's how long the record stood for, so far. Might stand a lot longer, we never know. But yeah, so far it's stood for 2 years, and I've still got it, yep. But the thing is, there was like a time when I played this game years ago and did the record. Well, say did a record. I did a couple of runs, and my first runs were like 118s, 120s, maybe a bit later than that. They were pretty bad. And then I started getting the times down, and they really came down. Then I wanted to go for sub 1 hour, which I did, and then somehow on my last run that I did of this game, I managed to knock off another minute and 20 seconds or something, which was ridiculous. Also, welcome to Keeping It Up, a follow the car mission. Follow the leader, should I say. So this is Dave. Dave is a smart ass, or at least he tries to be. And what he wants us to do is he wants us to keep up with him. He thinks that Lorna can't drive. He's like, women drivers. No joke, that's actually what he says if you lose him in this mission. So he doesn't believe that Lorna can drive. Charlie believes she can. Well, you get to play as her and actually prove Dave that he's wrong. So you'll see just then I cut some corners. That's actually useful because by cutting corners we're actually going to speed his AI up a little bit. It actually rubber bands to you. And we're going to use this in 2 different missions. This is the first one, and the second one is later down the line. So you can actually make him speed up. So if I cut a corner, it'll move him ahead of me still, and keep his speed. It'll move it even quicker though. So we turn right here, go over the bridge, which that was actually pretty good. So you want to try and keep your speed as much as possible, only brake when necessary, mind the traffic. Also, for this left turn here, you just slow right down here and take the inside line. For the park, turn right, don't follow him through unless you want to. You can go around the right hand side of the park, he pops out the side here. This is my favourite bit, watch this. So there's a bus there, you go around the left hand side of him, keep speeding up here, he just warps straight to you. So it rubber bands him right in front of you like that, which is pretty good. I like that quite a lot. So it's one of them things, I didn't actually know he could rubber band. Also the traffic in this bit is quite easy. Just keep following him the way it is. And if you're lucky, you can do this. Just go straight through there like that. And that is mission done. So you can actually get in front of Dave on that mission, Rivlud, but believe me, I've actually tried to get in front of him on several occasions, but I've had no luck in getting ahead of him, so that's a shame. But yeah, so we've got managed to get in front of him on one occasion, but unfortunately he wrecked me, I think. But apart from that, it's impossible. I don't remember how I did it, but yeah, it's a while. How about the mini race mission you kept last, aren't you? Yeah. So the mini race mission is called the Getaway, I think. Also, speaking of like Getaway and stuff like that, this is Big William's Ride. Big William's Ride. On the PC, this mission is a lot harder and a lot worse. The reason I say it's a lot harder, so there's a PlayStation port, which obviously is what we're playing right now, and there's a PC port of the game. The PC port, in my opinion, despite how quick it is, and the fact you run at 60 FPS constantly and so on, the game's actually way more difficult on the normal difficulty than the PlayStation version. So, I would recommend, if you were to play this game on PC, play the easy mode first, and then try normal. Because believe me, the game on normal difficulty on PC is harder. For example, on this mission, the traffic is a bit more of a pain. So here's how this mission works. We've got to get to, I think it's like a parking lot or something, with the coach. Now, the coach has explosive on it. Bear in mind, the explosive is for the job. And this is how we've got to do it. We've got to make sure that we can weave in and out of traffic fast enough and not hit any cars or anything like that. Also, get ready to hear Big William say, oh boy, quite a few times, because you'll hear him. If you wanted to do a safe strat here as an option, like I'm not going to take it, but you could go left here and go right round all of this traffic on the main road, just to be on the safe side. Now obviously I'm playing risky strats because I have done this in the past and it's quite easy for me to do. Also, your speed increases. If you hold the accelerator button, your speed will increase tenfold. I need to make sure I don't hit much here. If I hit something hard enough around here, by the way, the explosive on board the bus will explode. So you do need to be careful. So, oh boy. I'm just going to take it a bit easy. Oh, okay. And there we go. And that's it. So, you have to get it to that. Also, she's gonna blow Arthur. So that is the end of London. And believe it or not, that was actually pretty smooth too. Like I said, if you want to, you can play the risky strat and go dodge through all the traffic. There's not a lot of traffic that spawns, but just note, if you put your foot down like I did and you hit one of them cars head on, the bus will explode and you'll have to start the entire mission again, so be warned. And like I said, that's why you need to go to the left hand side. Okay, so now that that's all sorted and we've done London, we now move over to Turin, which is in Italy. Now Turin has, I believe, the longest missions in the game and some of the most difficult. Now, one of these missions I say one of these missions, the last two or three are actually very, very difficult. So we'll take one mission at a time. So Torino Tours involves us having to drive a Volkswagen, I think it's a T2 camper, white one, which it's got Union Jacks plastered all over it, and basically one of the main features that comes into effect, it's not really effective in the game, but it is part of the movie plot, is that there is a football match between England and Italy, which is what they're going to use to disguise over the, the robbery of the gold. So for those that don't know, they have to steal $4 million worth of gold through a traffic jam, and it's probably one of the most best films ever seen. Also, if you go through the traffic here and go onto this side of the road, your first stop is literally just down this road here. Just be careful of the traffic, because the traffic does like to spawn in different ways, as you just saw. And we're at our first destination already. So this is basically a tour of Turin that we're going to do. Now, the first place is Traffic Control HQ, as you can see. That's where we've just been. So, the next place that we've got to go to is, if I get this right, we have to go to the weir. Now, the weir, aka the water part of the getaway, is quite a bit further away. So, we're going to be driving for about a good minute or so, I'd say, before we get there. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions about this game, or this run in general, feel free to fire away. I'll answer any questions whilst I'm driving. Luckily, it's quite easy to just drive and talk for me. I've done it quite a bit. So I'm just going to nip across here, like this. Bear in mind, the route that you take is the same route every time. So if you can get this route nailed down and know where you're going, then that's great stuff, because that means you can get to the locations easier. So this is the weir, which you've got to cross. And you do actually cross that, that's not a joke, you do cross that. Also, because it's Italy, and because it's the 1960s, obviously we've got Fiat 500s, which are a real pain. They do get in the way at times, but it's fine. So you want to just head straight up this road here and then take a right towards the piazza. Now, with this becomes another part of the mission. So at this part now, we've got to go to the piazza, and it's like, alright, okay. Except there's the pesky thing, which is the mafia. They're waiting for us, which we've now got to get away from. Now, this is actually the way I do it. I say the way I do it. I took a longer route than this, but basically you've got to go down this little road here. Take a right here. Oh, no, the mafia isn't in this game. Take another right here. So basically we've just done an entire square. We've just gone like, took the first available road to come back on ourselves. And then you lose the mafia, which is great. And then we get to the piazza. There you go. I just lost them, but that's fine. You can usually lose them a bit sooner, but normally if your driving's pretty good. Bear in mind, that will only work if your driving's good. That says a lot, I know, but believe me, that's actually the route that I enjoyed doing sorry, that's the route I enjoyed when I used to play this. Also, Fiat 500s get bashed out of the way like there's no tomorrow. So this is actually the way you've got to go. That is the police station. So now, we've got to go to the power station, Turin's power station. This will become useful for the one of the next missions. I believe it's the third mission in Turin. I could be wrong. Also, to answer your question, Tuz, give me a minute. Let me go around here. There we go. Ooh boy. Go around here. The final mission is basically bus CMR, yeah. That's true. So you have to go down here. Also, if you can hold your accelerator straight all the way around here like this. Notice how I'm doing 105. This bus shouldn't be going this fast, but yet it will. Also, if you can get to that thing there. Can you imagine driving the bus from one of the missions in the tightest Italian state in CMR 2? No, can't imagine. So, what we've done there is we've just visited the Turin power station. If you spam X on that particular one, also I went the wrong way. Basically, you want to go back onto the road and turn right. Don't go this way. Like this. So you get back on the main road here. Like so. Literally this road here, when you're back on this road, follow it straight. Let your car power up to 105 like that, and then just put your foot down. Literally, all you gotta do is follow this road right round. That's it. Dead easy. Like I said, when you see some of these missions, you go, wow, how did I get stuck on this mission? And that's how you finish this mission faster. Literally, there's not a lot involved, just follow this route, and you'll be fine. Just follow this road right round, and then here is the cutscene you can't skip, which is for the mansion.
This place is our new home.
The final mission is basically Bus CMR. Yeah, Bus CMR pretty much is how I describe it as well, Mango. There you go. So that cutscene there, you can't skip. So I have to you have to sit there and watch it. I think it took like what, 18 seconds, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit more. Okay, so that is the first mission in Turin done. Next is Mafia Mania. Now, Mafia Mania, personally, in my eyes, is a really easy mission and can easily be done first try. But it depends which way you go. So the thing is, what we've got to do is, when we've been talking about characters and stuff like that, we haven't really mentioned too much of Lorna, which is Charlie Croker's girlfriend. Now, Lorna was supposed to be driving one of the Aston Martins, but she's too valuable, according to Charlie, she's too valuable on a job like this, and she's a liability, meaning she'll probably let the side down. That's how Charlie sees it. So, he's going to send her back to England, meaning he's going to get her on a flight and send her back home, because he doesn't want her involved, and he'll see her when all this is done and dusted. Now, in the film, he does actually drop her off, and says something along the lines of, see them over there. So it says see those guys over there. Also, I can't skip this, by the way.
Oh, Charlie, don't make me leave.
No buts, Lorna. Get in the car.
Okay, so he's like, no buts, Lorna, get in the bloody car. Right, so she gets in the car and we've got to take her to the airport. Now, in the film, there's a quote that's along the lines of, see them lads over there. If they catch us, we'll be separated forever and I'll never see you again. Which is why I don't want you involved. Something along those lines. So basically he sends her back home. So gets her on a flight and sends her home. However, in the game, you send her back to the airport only for the Mafia to chase you back to the mansion. Now, believe it or not, this is actually an easy mission with an ending that works quite well. So, believe it or not, so you actually do that. You jump straight across the highway there, rather than having to drive through everything. Again, this is another cutscene I can't skip. So we've got to the airport. There's the Mafia in their black sedans. No buts other than Lorna's, am I right? Yeah.
That's all we need. It's the Mafia.
Also, I like that when they're short. That's all we need. It's the Mafia. So we have to watch this really slow cutscene of Lorna walking towards the plane. She walks there dead fast. It says, lose the Mafia and get back to the mansion. Now, if you head to the left here, like that, you can dodge them pretty easy. It doesn't quite work in the PC version. Get to this ramp here and go over that, like that. Also, physics, please. Nice. Sweet, okay. So you basically go over that jump and there's this off-road track. By going over this, them AI will not be able to get us. So basically they can't chase you and you're guaranteed to lose them. Dead easy. Guaranteed to lose them. So you follow this all the way right back and it brings you right out where the house is. Also you can turn in a bit here to get the car parked up sooner. And that's it. Yeah, that's basically a quick route. So it saves you time. You won't run into any police, any mafia, anything like that. You won't have to go along the motorway or the freeway and have to worry about mafia chasing you. Because as soon as you go over that fence, the police cannot, and I repeat, cannot get you. They can't touch you. You're untouchable, pretty much. So that's Mafia Mania. Again, when you get past that gate, they get stuck on it, they don't do the jump. Which brings us nice on to the third mission of Turin. Now this is Traffic Tape Caper. More often than not, this is the mission that, in my eyes, hurts because I didn't know where I was going, I didn't know what to do and how to get there and lose the police. It gives you a big time limit, but for a beginner, that time limit soon goes down. Because you have to get to places, pick up a bike and stuff like that. In this run, you'll see exactly how you do the mission. Now, the first part of this mission involves us going and getting a push bike. So we've got to go to a car park, get a bike, then drive to the power station, where Charlie will do his greatest animation ever, and then we're going to pick the lads up from the power station. And there is a cop chase or two in this as well. Mainly one. So we start off at the traffic control HQ, and we're going to drop these lads off here, as you can see. Right, Freddy, we're going to the power station. We'll be back for you later. I love this. So, we turn round here. You immediately take this right turn here. And go straight, basically. So you go right down to the bottom here. Get to the very bottom. Thought that car was going to turn right then. Then, when you get to the end, obviously you turn left. You follow this straight. Now, normally I turn right and go down that little road there. But, if you go down there and you go past the piazza, then, also, nice spawn. If you go past the piazza, there are cop cars there. So if you take a right at this building here, there's a building with an arch, which is what we want. Go straight through the arch, because quick strats, obviously. Go straight, and literally all we've now got to do is follow this road. And dodge oncoming traffic too. So you literally just follow this road straight, turn right here, into the car park, like so. And then let Charlie get out. He's now got to get the bike. He's going to put the bike into the back of the van, which he's going to use as he gets in. So now what we've got to do, as you can hear Charlie say, we've got to head to the power station. Or head for the power station. So you take a right here. Again, just note of the route I'm taking here. You don't have to go through them arches, you can just stick to the roads. I take the arches just to cut corners and save time, basically. From here, literally go straight. That's all you need to do. From here, just go straight. Nothing else. The power station. Yeah, exactly. Also, going down a hill in this thing does not increase its speed. Not by very much, anyway. Not that I know of. So, ideally, I want to turn in here. There we go. Then you turn right here. I actually go a bit more to the right here, because then that way it leaves me to do whatever I need to do. I can turn this van around, basically. Another thing is, as well, I'll let this cutscene play out. So, basically, Charlie's got the bike, and you're now about to see what he's going to do with said bike. With the push bike. And yes, we do have to watch all this. There's no skipping it either. You have to watch it on the PC version and the PS1. PC obviously looks a bit better. You can actually see his face. Unlike on the PS1 version where you can't. There we go. The throwing animation. Whoa! Okay, so what that's done is that's knocked out the power station. And basically, at Traffic Control HQ, it's knocked the power out, meaning our guys can go in and do what they need to. So Charlie's going to get back in, and we're going to go and pick up the lads. However, this is something to note. If you wait here, there's two cop cars. There's one. There's two. As soon as you see that second cop car disappear, go. That basically avoids you getting into a police chase with the police. You will get into one later on, but it avoids the police for this part. We're not out of the woods yet, though, so I need to... You basically go down the side of that jump there, the big ramp. Now what we got to do, again, we have to follow this straight. So as straight as you can, just follow this downhill like this. No tomorrow, no biggie. There is a police car, which is here. There he is, right on cue. So what we've now got to do is we now got to outrun the police. Now what you're thinking, oh god, that's impossible. Not quite. So we've now got to just put our foot down. If we go straight down here, actually straight, just follow this right to the very end. Funnily enough, we're going to see, the most you'll see of Turin's actually in the getaway, which is one of the final missions. So ideally, you want to lost the police before you get to the end, like that. So you go straight like this, all the way to the bottom, and you'll still notice we've got a fair bit of time on our hands. This is a good thing because we're going to need it for the last bit of this mission. So I always take the outside line here, this outside lane, because no traffic spawns. Pick up the lads, like that. Now they've got to get in, all 4 of them. That's the quickest job I've ever seen, of 4 lads getting in the back of a van. Now we've got to head back to the mansion. Now there is actually a route that you can do on PC, and a route that you can do on the PlayStation. Now for the sake of things, I tried the PC route before, and it didn't quite work too well. So for the sake of PlayStation, I recommend this. Go to the top of this roundabout here, cut across here, like so. Get in the right lane, not the oncoming direction. And then literally follow the freeway, or the highway, whatever. I call it the motorway. It's probably something else in Italy, I don't know what. People could probably correct me in the chat if they need to. So all we got to do on here is we just sit on the motorway for not that long actually, it's not too bad. Sit on the motorway, just keep driving. Again, drive straight. No police spawns are here, by the way. Again, this is a safe strat. And like I said, once you've got these routes down for all of the missions, so you know where to go and what routes to take and stuff like that, this game becomes a lot quicker to you. The only thing I'd say that's mainly RNG is in London with the first mission, because you ideally want to lose the cops before you get anywhere near Marvin's Motors, or just before, so you can just drive into the garage and not have to worry, because that can save so much time. And also that's traffic tape caper done. Again, that's one of the longest missions I think in Turin, aside from the getaway. It's a long mission. I will say that load times and stuff like that, and due to frame rate things, this run's going to be a little over an hour, but I'm not bothered by that because that's fine. I'm pretty sure. So that is, like I said, that's that. The main thing I was going to say was, if you do this run, when you get to the first mission you do, is the ambassador's car. So on the ambassador's car, you basically need to beat the police and make sure that they do not catch you before Marvin's Motors. You need to lose them basically before you get to Marvin's Motors. Again, it's a straight road. Dodge all traffic, go as fast as you can. If you need to, weave in and out of traffic, but don't slow down. And you should be able to lose them. If not, then that's not exactly a great start to a run. You can obviously drive a bit further and then drive back to get to Marvin's Motors, but there you go. But that's one of the main RNG parts of this mission. The other one is Skillful Bill. Basically trying to, you're trying to do what you need to do.
Interference.
So, we don't get many police chases. In fact, in this mission, there isn't any. So this is interference. And I believe the lads were struggling with this when they did it the other day. And I don't blame them, because believe me, this took a long time to get used to. So this is interference. We've got to disable 20 cameras around Turin, and there's a certain route. And you already start with one because the game does it for you. So this is the route you need to take. So immediately going right at the start will leave you here with the second one. Again, you'll see this a lot more. Also, I don't ideally want a car there, that's fine. So you turn right, there's your third. Okay, next one. You might want to use that for the Michael with the Michael Caine emote and go. So you go right down here, and there should be another. There you go. There's one. There you go. That's it. Okay. So that's the fourth one. I should have actually got that a bit easier then, but whatever. So you take the left here, and that's number 5. Already did. Nice. Okay, next one. Again, this is a certain route. This is actually a pattern that works quite well. So this one's number 6 over here. Again, I'll make it look very easy, but you'll see what I mean. So you go to this church here. If you follow this to the left here, so cut across the grass, there's another one here. Also, it's like static noise. I hate that noise so bad. It gets in your head after a bit. So, sorry, Fit 500. So that's number 8 there. You drive across this building. I'm just going to reverse here because I can't turn around properly. There we go. Okay, so that's number 8 there. So then you drive around this building here onto this main road. Take a right into what I call the shopping centre. It's not actually a shopping centre. So that's number 9. Now there's 2 in here. There's one straight in front of us, or there's one to our right here. Ideally, we want to try and get this one here and turn the car around.
Okay, next one.
There we go. So you can actually, if you wanted to, you can do that. You can do this one first if you want.
Okay, next one.
So we're already up to 11, as you can see. We've still got 5 minutes. You actually finish this mission. If you do the route, it takes about 3 or 4 minutes, and you've got around 3 and a bit minutes left on the timer. So you come out of the library, turn left, go immediately up the staircase here. So that's 12. Also, get ready for a slow climb because you've got to go up the stairs. And if you follow this staircase, there's actually another down here, as you can see. Nice. Okay, we're going to hop across the road and over a car. Again, they come thick and fast when you get past here. So turn right here. This building on your left. Turn left at the brick stump here. This one's 15 down here.
Okay, next one.
16's down here. So again, follow this straight. Here's 16. Now it gets a bit interesting because after 17, there's actually a different camera that we take. So you turn left after you get to that one. Come down here on your right hand side. Get as close as you can to it. There you go. So that's 18 then. That's 17. Again, depends on people's driving here, but put your foot down, go straight. Again, you'll need this one. Now, there is one on your left. Oh god, it's actually a rail that I didn't see. Whoops. Damn PS1 graphics. So there's actually a camera over on our left that you can go and pick up. It's actually on the left hand side of that. So where I've just been, if you go on the opposite side of the way, I think it's called, yeah, you'll find another camera. Again, you can take that one if you wish. It's up to you. So the AI hit me, nice. And then go straight. This is actually the route that you want to take because once you've done this one, which is number 19. Last one. Okay, so 20 is up here. So where the church is here. Now, luckily, now that we've done all 20, we've now got to get to the job, which means turning round and going down here. So you basically come back on yourself. Take a left through here, and then there's the alleyway. And there you go. 306. Nice. And that's all 20 done. That is interference. Actually a very tricky mission. If you don't know where you're going, that's the route to take. Would highly recommend giving it a go. And like I said, you finish this mission like that. Very easy. Very, very easy. Now comes to, well, like I said, I'm making it look easy, but again, just note of the routes that I take. Practice these routes, and believe me, you'll get there. You'll get through these missions pretty easy, trust me. Now, this is actually a tricky mission. This is Convoy. Now, I believe this is where most of the lads tripped up. If it wasn't here, it was the bloody getaway. But if you tripped up here, you will laugh at how easy this one looks, or how easy I make this look. So there's two routes for this. I'm going to take the safe strat, okay? Because, again, I want to just show off that there is a safe way to do it without getting busted, avoiding police attention, blah, blah, blah. And you still make it to the destination with plenty of time. So, there's 2 ways of doing it. From where we start, you turn left and go up the hill and go round the roundabout to the right hand side, down the hill. Now the risky strat is to turn left, follow that road straight till you get near the police station and turn left. Or you can take the safe strat, which is down the hill, Instead of turning left to do the risky strike, you follow the road round, and I think it's your third left. You take that. I'll show you now. Okay, so what this mission entails is we need to be part of the convoy. We need to make sure that we're blended in less than 2 minutes. That's how long we've got to get there to the destination. So this is the hill I meant. So you go down the hill, right? Risky strat, you turn left straight away. But we're going to play safe strat, so you go follow this road round, like so. And I think it's your third left. I could be wrong though. Also, just note, there are invisible barriers at times on these missions. So it's not that left there. We're just going to follow this straight like this. I think all traffic. Okay, you ready? Turn left here. Follow the right hand side here. Like that. Then jump down. Like that. Bash your car out of the way if you want. Basically, no police. The police will not get past you. They will not come after you because you're that far away. This bit's a bit more tricky though. So you've got to go down the side here. Try not to hit any cars, at least, well, as little amount as possible. And then down the alleyway here, and there you go. And that's the convoy mission done. And that's it. By the way, if you get there with a police tail, it should probably be worth noting. So that mission is very tricky. So, also, so if you get to the end of that mission, if you get there, for me that personally is the hardest mission aside from the getaway. But if you get there with a police tail, you'll be nicked because there'll be police that come in from the other side as well as follow you in, and it'll say you're nicked. Believe me, on the PC version, it is way harder to do. So finally, we have one of the main missions in this game. It's called The Getaway. It's about 5 minutes long, and I better not screw this up. So, yeah, this is The Getaway. The Getaway is about, I say about 5 or 6 minutes, even 7 maybe. But basically, you get to the end, I get to the end around a minute or so left on the timer. But you have around 7 minutes to do this. There's a lot of jumping, a lot of eeks and ers moments, so you have to really concentrate. This mission's the same for everybody. There's no special route or anything like that. You've simply got to follow what the mission asks. So basically on this mission, we've got the gold, it's in the back of the minis, and now we've got to follow the other 2 cars. Okay, we've got the gold. Go, go, go. So, they go over there. You can go this way if you want, if you're not confident about the jumping mechanics. The PlayStation as well. Not the PlayStation. The police will follow you and they will try and chase you, but they'll get blocked up in traffic. Also, if you skip out of one of these, watch this. You follow this, go right here, wait for it. Meow, rubber banding. That is some seriously good rubber banding. Again, one of the main things I should note is you can lose the police when you're here. Should be able to lose them. There we go. These minis are actually quite fast. Nice. Yeah. So you actually want to slow down for this jump here. Enough to jump over that car. So that was quite close. Basically, I tend to take this bit easy without trying to hit anything. This bit's quite easy to hit something, so just be careful. Same with this. You do the jump, you come out, again, not much speed. But then put your foot down, because now you're going to get the police on you again. Which makes this one a bit more interesting. So now what you got to do, you've got to go up this jump up here. Again, slow down as you get to the top. Turn left. Jump. Make it, thank God. Then you jump over the traffic. By that I mean the road. One word of advice, when you're landing on that jump, you want to ideally... Yeah, you ideally don't want to hit anything or whatnot. You just want to let go of the accelerator, the car will slow down. Would recommend putting the brakes on as well. Also, there's actually two ways of going around this church. So you can either go around the left side or you can go around the right side. We haven't even got to my favourite part yet. So my favourite part involves the driving of driving off like a massive building, which you'll see in a minute. Again, we've got police here. Turn left here. Dodge through all the traffic. Again, it's just following the cars really. But you need to keep up. You need to be quick. The faster you can do this, truth be told, the better it is. Currently, this mission's actually going alright. I've not messed up anything yet, so that's fine. Also, Geronimo! Woohoo! That must have the hardest suspension in the world right now. Also, if you want to avoid the police there, you can just go that. Yeah, if you wanted to, you can actually just take the sidewalk, well, the pavement, if you wish. Just be careful, there's a cop car here as well that chases you. Take a right here. Again, you're following the white car. You can follow the red one if you want through here, but it doesn't really matter. The white car's always going to stay ahead of you. Again, be careful with your jumps. Your jumps will be very difficult. If you don't have enough speed, you will not make it over them. Let me just say that again. You don't have enough speed, you won't make it over them. Make sure you line up your jumps good enough. This bit can be a bit tricky though. Luckily, once you get onto this, it's just a case of putting your foot down and going around here. Put your foot down, we'll lose them easy. That's the one. It's actually one of the quotes from the film. Line up this jump. Nice. And again, turn to your right a little bit here. Then you want to ideally drop down quite well. Nice. That was smooth. Wasn't it? Perfect actually. Almost flawless. Follow the minis again, all the way down here. Now here's something that gets a bit tricky. So as you get to the end here, take a right. Go across the weir, like that, following the blue and the red minis. When you get to here, slow down, like so. That cop will actually go round you, he'll loop past you. Now, what we need to do here is we need to keep ahead of the AI. You can actually speed them up through here, I found out. Again, don't let them read your reg plate, because that ain't good. Another tricky part is coming up. We're getting near the end of the getaway. So ideally, you want to lose them in here if you can. Take this right hand tunnel here, then take the left. Again, follow the minis. Surprised that the copper's actually making it through here. Oh Christ, that ain't good. Oh no, we made it. Again, the steering takes a tad to get used to. And you get to the end here, like so. And get to the end like that, and that is the getaway done. Just like that. Copper's going to the sea, and we've done it. One of the hardest missions in the entire game. Which it is, by the way. It is one of the hardest missions in the game. So funnily enough, I've struggled on a lot of missions over the last few years when I played this game. One of them that really, actually was really difficult, and I don't know how it took me so long to do it. So we've escaped with the gold. Now we've got to do red, white, and blue. So red, white, and blue is essentially what we've got to do is all three minis now have to get into the back of the coach. But you have to line the wheels up with the ramps. So this is a timer mission. So you have to hold the car for 5 seconds behind the vehicle. Behind the coach, I mean. To get the car to go on. Again, this is very tricky to do, but with some practice, you'll get there. The first one's quite easy because the coach stays still. The second one, the coach starts to move, and the third one, the coach really starts to move. So, here we go.
Red, white,
So, red, white, and blue. I'm actually coming up to my PB. God, I'm good with my emulator back then.
Come on, close in.
So what you got to do here, you've got to put your foot down, catch up to the coach. Again, you have about 5 seconds.
You've got to keep them lined up with the van.
Put your foot down like that. As soon as you get near, there's like a latch where if you can keep your speed like that, you'll be fine. So in goes one.
Come on, close in.
Like that. Oh god. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Didn't quite get it first time, but it's fine. No world record, no. I think the emulator must have been really good when I did it. It's fine. Whatever. It's a shame I'm not actually running on my console this time. I should have run on my PS2. Okay, and there we go. Done. And that is red, white and blue done. Which actually is... That means you've got one mission left, which is called Home Free. It's about a 2-3 minute mission, there or thereabouts. I'm definitely not late for this or anything, right? No, Bacon Man, you're just gonna get us when we're at the last mission of the game. You'll be fine. So that's red, white, and blue. We've now got Home Free. Home Free has a funny little bit of tech to it. So I'm gonna show this off because it has been a long time since I've showed it off. So Home Free is the last mission on this game. And time's gonna be when I get the last cutscene. Yeah, so there's a funny little piece of shenanigans, like a bit of tech on this game. Also, 1 hour. There's 1 hour. Damn. Let's see. Move that over a bit. It's a bit better, isn't it? There you go. So basically, one of the things that we did, or one of the things you used to do on Home Free, is there's a red car, like a red Mini, and you crash into it and watch the speed of the coach. You'll see what I mean. Also, this coach used to do 80, right? And yet on this mission, it does 105, like it's nothing. Right, you ready for the tech? So there's a red car in a second. We're gonna hit that. When we hit the red car, oh boy, would do. Well, alright, maybe not. Damn, I messed that up. God damn it. Basically, you hit that red car and your speed goes up to 120 miles an hour. So, as if the coach wasn't going fast enough, it's doing 105 as its top speed, when really it should only be able to do 80. Some weird reason, gold gives this vehicle boost. I don't know how that works, but yeah. So again, you want to take it easy around here. Ideally not trying to fall off the edge or anything like that. It's not easy, not exactly easy. But yeah, basically, the coach did, what, 80 miles an hour? Now it does 105. Also, we get to knock off a Mafia car. Ha ha ha. Boom. Buy Mafia car. Also, damn, I won't pay for insurance. I ain't paying for anyone's insurance on that. This coach ain't stopping for no one. So believe it or not, it can be a bit tricky, this section with the coach, because of it's a fast coach, so you have to be very careful. Also, they're throwing boulders at you now, so you want to stay to the right on both occasions on here. Same again on this one. Then, when you go around this corner on your left here, see this rock face? Yeah, basically you can go over that rock face. Stay to your left here. And then that brings us on to the last cutscene of the game. Which, well, not the last cutscene. Yeah, basically you want to, ideally you want to go over that bump as fast as possible. That was pretty slow on my part, but you know, there you go. So we've got the guys in. Here's how you finish this mission. So normally the game wants you to go round. However, we don't actually do that. You take a left like this, up the hill. And yes, a coach can climb these. Go like that. Dodge the boulder which is coming down on your right. You want to ideally dodge this one on your left. Like that. Again, keep it slow. Slow and steady. This one's actually a real pain because you have to bash this one out of the way. There you go. And that's it. That's the any percent. So you have to dodge through all. You have to dodge around all of them boulders like that. There you go. And that is the Italian job for the PlayStation 1. I'll let the final cutscene play out. You can watch that for those that didn't see the game last time, or for those that haven't got that far. But yeah, 103.23. Not my best run. I mean, 5 minutes behind my PB. But not a bad run. Everything went well, so I think the emulator is just slow. That's fine though. I think I wouldn't have been far off if I played on a console, to be honest.
Balancing on the edge. Very slowly. Move this way.
This is what we call a cliffhanger. An actual cliffhanger.
Gold is pulling it over the edge.
We'll have to get it back.
Is this at ESA? No. I should submit it for ESA, that's a good idea.
As far as you can go.
Spoilers.
To counterbalance me.
I love the ending.
Hang on a minute, lads. I've got a great idea.
Basically, that's how it ends. The film ends the same way, don't worry. It's not just something that was put in effect for game's sake. It was actually, that's the end of the film too. Basically, if you beat this game, you've watched the film, but either you've seen the film or you've seen the ending of the film before you've watched the film. But yeah, also, Alistair Brimble wrote the music. No way! I didn't even know that. You learn something new every day. But for context, Alistair Brimble is the guy who writes the music for Driver, Colin McRae Rally 2, I think, on the Game Boy Advance, Colin McRae Rally on Game Boy Color. And he actually wrote the music for this game. I did not know that. Well, props to him. Mr. Alistair Brimble, everybody. Mr. Alistair Brimble. And that, like I said, is the Italian job. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Yeah, so for those that are interested and want to give it a try, would highly recommend giving it another crack and having a go at the game again. For those that did a race of it, if you've wanted to learn it or wanted to learn something new that entails driving and stuff like that, then feel free to go ahead and check this game out. Again, you might want to watch the world record runs and copy exactly what routes they take. Again, I will mention there are 2 bits of RNG with this game. First of which is in the first mission with the police. You want to lose them before you get to Marvin's Motors. And the second one is Skillful Bill. You want to ideally batter Charlie's car with Bill's as fast as possible. So yeah, that's been all from me. Again, thank you very much everyone for watching. I know it's a bit of a short one, but there you go. That's how you do the Italian job any percent. Again, this game is available on the PC. Also, you get a nice little intro sequence, which I never showed originally, so here you go. When you guys have a go at it on Wednesday and Thursday, there you go. But yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with this, and yeah, have a good one. I'll see you later. Oh yeah, I did mention there was a PC version, right? Well yeah, there's a PC version if I haven't mentioned it already. And there's the Italian job, there you go. There's the intro for the game. I think that about covers everything. Yeah, anything else to mention? Oh, yes, before I go, real quick as well. Other than mention about the any percent, there are other categories for this game which I can also give a quick mention to. So any percent is the regular story mode, so that's the Italian job game mode, which is obviously the main story mode. That bit when it loads. So that's all. I think what is it? 18 missions, 20 missions. How many missions are there? 8, 6, 2. So what? 16 missions, there you go. So, just for context, any percent is the entire story mode, which is like about an hour-ish, not even that at times. There's also a checkpoint mode, there's a destructor mode, and a challenge mode. Just to show what I mean, so you guys can see it. So, there's a free ride mode as well if you want to drive around the cities. So, I'll go with checkpoint first. So, checkpoint, essentially, you obviously get the idea. You've got to do all the checkpoints in a certain order. There's 20 in total, 10 for London, 10 for Turin. There's a destructor mode. Again, these all have individual speedruns, so destructor percent is a thing, checkpoint percent is a thing, challenge percent is a thing, any percent, which is the story mode, basically story percent. So you've got 10 in London again and 10 in Turin. Bear in mind, if you finish the game, if you finish the Italian job and you finish the story, you automatically unlock all of the destructor and all of the checkpoint races. Believe me, I did a new game on this, went to checkpoint, went to destructor, did everything in one go, and basically by beating the story, you unlock all destructor and all checkpoint. I don't think what you unlock all of though is the challenge. So once you get out of London, you unlock this challenge mode. So this is challenge mode. I'm not going to show much of it off, but basically it has jump tests, brake test, icy road checkpoint races, city lap survival where friggin' trucks at the speed of light come at you and chase you, and of course a bird's eye destructor in the style of GTA. And by the way, bird's eye destructor, you basically drive around an actual bit of London. So here's the thing, I don't know how they've done it, but there's actually 3 maps in this game. Well, you could say 4. So you've got the map of London, the map of Turin, the map of the Alps, right? And the map of Alps is just one big long road with a bit of extra stuff joined onto it. Turin's got its own city you can drive around, and London's also got its own city. However, London has a bonus city which is only available in Bird's Eye Destructor. You can't access it in any other game mode, you can't access it in Free Ride, it's not in the story, it's only in Bird's Eye Destructor. By that I mean you get to drive over Westminster Bridge, you know, get to see, well I don't know about London Eye, but basically because it's in the 1960s, it's set obviously in an old time, but the map of this map of London is different to the map of London that's actually in the normal game, the main game, if that makes sense. So if you're interested, have a crack at Bird's Eye Destructor. Again, you can't drive around the whole of London in that, which is a huge shame because I would love for you to be able to drive through that. Also, for those that want to play this at home, and at the moment everybody's in quarantine, I know, but if you have siblings and you'd like to beat the backsides on a game that you know better than they do, welcome to Party Play. Party Play, this is one of them where it's basically pass the controller. Party Play is you have up 1 to 7 people. I don't know why 7, it should be 8 really. And you can have 10 stages. You can select all the stages you want. So if, for example, I can do that. I can pick checkpoint, destructor, Turin. I can pick challenges. I can do that, and I go, right, do that. There you go. And now all of a sudden I'm doing that first one. So you can, if you've got like 7 people, I know it's a bit awkward, but if you've got 7 people, you can all take it in turns, seeing who can pass checkpoints and destructors and challenges, and you can have a bit of a laugh. It's quite fun. Now, for the sake of things, I'm not going to do this first one. I'm not doing it. I'm just trying to show it off. Anyway, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I can play with me and my 6 wives. What are you, Henry VIII? But, yeah, I need to let this game load in first. Give me a minute. It'll load in a second. I don't want to keep this going as long as I need to. Okay, there we go. So, again, none of them are currently beheaded. Ah! Like I said, just let me reiterate everything. So, the Italian Job, it is available on PlayStation, it is available on PC. If you've got a PC, it will play on modern hardware without a hitch or any problems like that. It won't play in the window, so I'm sorry for those people that like playing in a window, unfortunately, but that's how it is. The other thing is as well, is that again, there's an any percent, there's 100%, so 100% is where you do the story mode, all checkpoint races, all destructor, and all of the challenge mode races, right? So that's 100%. And again, there's each individual one that you want to do. You can do whichever you like, you know, that sort of thing. Would highly recommend giving it a shot if you haven't already. Again, if you want to run, you can run this on the PS2 if you wanted to, if you've got fast disk speed and stuff, which pretty much all of them do. So yeah, that's something you could do if you got the PlayStation version. Again, whether you're on emulator or console, it doesn't really matter. As long as you can run the game, it's fine. But yeah, definitely recommend giving it a try. And on that note, again, thank you very much to Blindrunners for having me back on again, and for being able to show off the Italian job to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys are new around here for the Blindrunners channel, be sure to give us a follow. We're hosting new races pretty much every week, and they're all different games. You can join the Discord server. There should be a link down below the stream. Feel free to join the server and have a chat with us and recommend some of the games that you think we should run. Also, I believe we have a Twitter. I could be wrong, but if we do, then be sure to follow that. Myself, personally, I have Twitter, so at the BPG13. And I'm also on Twitch, again, via the same name, which is twitch.tv/the BPG13. And on that note, again, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you have a good night, and we will see you again very soon.